Hello everyone, Pantoufleee here for another leaked video that you are gonna love, or at least I'm loving making it right now. It's masturbation to my ears what I'm about to tell you, but yes, the object 260 is finally gonna eat the game with the Canon and Yak pencil. I don't give a damn about the Canon, but the object 260. Big brain move from Wargaming, because as you can see, wait, I'm gonna turn my camera a bit so you can have a look at how beautiful that tank is. And I'm also gonna remove that effect, because if I don't, that's gonna be weird for the whole video. Wargaming officially announced, look at this, check out the new couple of tanks we've just started working on. The tier 10 collectible heavy Object 260, which is a Russian tier 10 tank, and the premium tier 8 tank destroyer, aka the Cannon. Look at those guys, it's gonna be great. It's just gonna be great. What else am I supposed to tell you? It's gonna be great. And of course, we are gonna try to review all those tanks for you together in some quick preview. So let's not lose too much time and jump directly into it. Concerning the Object 260, because I know you are all here to know what it is about, it's basically a tier 10 collectible premium heavy tank in the Russian tech tree, and as you all know, everything that is Russian is completely broken. If I had to sum this tank for you, to sum it up, I would tell you it's an Object 252U, but moved at tier 10. Literally, that tank is so freaking strong that it could count as a tier 11 for itself into this game. You have everything: an excellent gun among the best at tier 10, an excellent mobility among the best for a heavy tank at tier 10, and a great, if not the greatest, armor profile of all tanks that ever hit the game, aka the unbreakable Object 260. It's gonna be completely broken. I'm gonna show you all the stats so you understand what I'm talking about. So I don't remember on which, yeah, that's on this side. Sorry, because I just had my new setup, so I had to know what I was doing. First thing first, the mobility. With this tank you go around 50 kilometers per hour, and you have one of the greatest travel speed, which means you are immune to light and medium tanks trying to circle you. That's the first thing. The second thing is your gun. 420 alpha damage for less than 10 seconds of reload for sure, because the tank already in World of Tanks PC doesn't have 10 seconds of reload for 490 alpha damage, so in Blitz we can expect it to have a little bit below concerning the alpha damage, maybe between 420 and 440, but if they put 440, this tank is going to be extremely broken. For maximum 10 seconds of reload. Great penetration values, because this tank shares the same penetration values as the one you have on the IS-4. And we all know the IS-4 doesn't really struggle penetrating targets, especially when it comes to gold shells, because this tank is carrying heat as well. And heat shells have around 330 millimeters of penetration, so you are definitely not gonna struggle. I don't even remember, because I prepared everything in a rush, if I had everything else to tell you. The armor profile. Because guys, the armor profile is where World of Tanks Blitz went completely retarded, trust me, so let's give it a try and see how it goes. Concerning the armor profile, I did not lie to you. It's basically on the Object 252U, which is completely impenetrable even in weak spots. Look at this, nearly 240 millimeters of raw armor on the weak spot, and when you go to the top, it becomes impenetrable for literally everything. 350 raw armor without even angling your tank, 464 the lower part of the hull, 350 the middle part, 359 the upper part. This tank is completely broken when it comes to armor, and the only way for you to penetrate it from the front is either having a high penetration and being able to penetrate that lower part, or going for the cupola, but good luck. Just look at that, that's ridiculous. It's not even a cupola. You are really gonna struggle penetrating that, so good luck if you go for this weak spot. Now, the side of the turret is the same, completely broken. You will have to use gold shells to go through, which makes it the greatest turret at tier 10. And yeah, side scrape beast, you are not gonna get penetrated. Maybe this part here is penetrable because that's the weak spot actually. But to be able to shoot between the tracks and that part there, that's gonna be quite hard, let's be honest. For the rest of the armor, you still have a lot of armor even at the rear, as you can see, 120 millimeters, 115 millimeter at the top part of the lower hull, and finally 71 millimeters. This is going to be a beast. This tank is going to be a beast because if you stay in front of your opponents hiding that part there, you are literally impenetrable as long as you wiggle just a little bit your turret. By the way, something I forgot to mention, you have only 6 degrees of gun depression, which is not that much, and 15 degrees of elevation, which is not a lot either. But concerning the fact that you have a great mobility and all, with this tank you should be able to tank against... I wanted to say tank like in WoW. I mean, you will be able to deal with whatever you encounter as long as you know how to play it. It's gonna be completely broken, probably coming for Christmas 2021. If that's not the case, I'm expecting Wargaming to put it in crates, but not with Lucky Charm, the same as they did with the T22 Medium. It's coming back from time to time with only 2.5% chances of getting it, because if Wargaming actually allows us all to get that tank, they are gonna break the tier 10 matchmaking. Alright boys, now the second tank we need to talk about is the Kanonenjagdpanzer 105, aka the longest name that German could give to a tank, and it's basically a tier 8 premium German TD. Overall, by the look of it, you could think that this tank is pretty similar to the E25, and if you did, congratulations, you are right. Because most of the time, gotta be honest, when two tanks are looking each other the same or are look-alike, it means that they have the same playstyle. So yeah, pretty much that's what you can expect for this tank. It's an E25 on steroid at tier 8, but let's review the statistics all together, starting with the mobility, because oh boy, when it comes to the mobility, the Kanonenjagdpanzer is one of the best, if not the best in terms of mobility actually out of all the tier 8 tank destroyer. What you can expect is between 60 to 70 kilometers per hour, so yeah, you are going to be as fast as other light tanks of tier 8. And an OP travel speed, because that tank is made for moving. You have to be in movement pretty much all the time, or at least at the beginning of the battle. That mobility will allow you to take an advanced position from which you can snipe, etc, etc. And it also allows you to retreat if you need to. You also should have a great backward speed around 20, maybe 25 kilometers per hour, which is one of the greatest, if not the greatest of the game. But you can expect that tank to have an OP mobility. Now, the second thing is the camo. As you are really small with this tank, you will have the same camo as the RHM, or at least a look-alike, because I think the RHM still will have the best camo in the game, but the one mounted on the Kanonenjagdpanzer should be quite a good one if we compare it to the RHM, which is a good point, because for those of you who are used to play their tank destroyers camping, it's not going to change too much your playstyle if you go for the Kanonen. Now, the gun, the most interesting part, it's not gonna be disappointing, trust me. 350 alpha damage, that's sure, because it's a 105mm gun, so it's the same gun as we have, for example, on the Leo 1, which is a 350 alpha damage. You can expect between 4 to 5 seconds of reload, so yeah, for 350 alpha damage, 4 to 5 seconds of reload, which is roughly maybe 4k DPM, something like that, maybe just a little bit below. Probably, you know what, it's probably gonna have maybe a little bit than 5 seconds, maybe 5.5 seconds, but it's definitely gonna be less than the Jagdtiger 8.8, because that's the main spec of the cannon, having that great gun. So the DPM is of course gonna be OP, and your accuracy is a German accuracy, so you can expect to be extremely good at sniping as well. I don't think I have any more photos. No, we are gonna go directly see what the tank looks like in terms of armor, and that's where everybody's gonna be disappointed. Because boys, when it comes to the Kanonen, armor doesn't exist. Doesn't exist at all. You are a big, HE, juicy target. Just make sure that you don't face frontally anything, because there is literally no way for you to actually bounce stuff. I don't think your gun mantlet can even itself bounce shells. So it's a big no-no to go to the frontal fight. It's a tank that you have to play on the distance. The only thing I fear about the cannon, because I had the pleasure of playing that tank in World of Tanks PC when I was still playing World of Tanks PC, this is an extremely good tank for good players because you need to play it on the distance, etc, etc. But I don't think it will be a good tank in World of Tanks Blitz simply because I think that the maps are way too small. I'm still gonna wait for Wargaming to prove me wrong, and I hope they will, because the Cannon is one of the few tanks that is an extremely good premium tank only when you know how to play it, not like a broken tank, for example, like the 252U. No, here you really need skill, and that's what we want. I don't really care about a tank being extremely good if it's played correctly, because that's the purpose of those premium tanks, not to outperform all the other tanks simply over the fact that they are broken, but just outperforming regular Tech 3 tanks if they are played correctly. That's the point, and I'm glad Wargaming is actually implementing the Cannon. I'm even in a better mood knowing that they are finally implementing my dream tank, aka the Object 260. But overall, yeah, that's it for those two tanks. I'm looking forward for both of them, of course more for the Object 260. I don't know yet when those tanks are going to be released. All I know is that they're entering super test right now, so you can expect them for maybe in 3-4 months, but not before. Trust me, not before. If Wargaming wants to mark the implementation of the Object 260, which is one of the mightiest tanks ever, I think they will probably release it for the 8.0 update, but that's only supposition. It can come after or it can come before. And I hope it's not going to be the 2021 reward tank, because if it is, man, we'll have to spend a shit ton of money. This video is now over. If you enjoyed, feel free to subscribe, like, and share, and I'm going to see you soon for a new video. Yeah, guys.